This is a really good segue, so we're going to hear track 5 now.
The Dark Don't Hide It by Jason Molina, Songs Ohio.
Something held me down and made me make a promise that I wouldn't tell if the truth forgets about us. Saying it now comes easily after finding out how you've been using me. At least the dark don't hide it.
That was Kevin Morby and Waxahachie cover of the Jason Molina song, The Dark Don't Hide It. So why did you choose that song?
We chose that song as well as Farewell Transmission. Katie and I had done a tour. Katie is now my romantic. As I said, I'm on her computer right now and something popped up. It just said Katie as if I had planned that. Katie and I had done a tour together at the beginning of 2017. She is my romantic partner. She is my better half. And at the time we were not dating, but we did this tour together and we really just bonded over everything. A lot of music stuff, a lot of music bonding. And one of the biggest artists that we were bonding over was Jason Molina and Songs Ohio. And it just sort of seemed to be this thing that was soundtracking our early days of falling in love. I think the thing with Jason Molina that's so interesting, I really think that he's one of these people who is just generationally going to get more and more fans. And I've seen this, like MJ Linderman, I think is a great artist to point to, or that band Wednesday. There's, bands that are getting notoriety now who are talking about Jason Molina as one of their songwriting heroes. And it's so cool to see these younger generations that are 10 years younger than me, and I'm 10 years younger than, Jason Molina would be. I really think that he's one of those people who I think it's only going to get bigger and bigger for Jason Molina. Unfortunately, he's not here to sort of reap those benefits, but we're listening to a lot of Jason Molina. It felt like he was an underappreciated artist, and it's like, let's use our platform to cover him and help spread the wealth. These are like the best songs ever. This is like discovering Harvest by Neil Young, but a lot of people haven't heard it or something.
Totally.
So let's start playing these songs live. And you know what? That's how it came about. Was we started playing one of the songs while we're on this tour together. I think we're playing as an encore. And we're like, let's record it, and let's record Farewell Transmission, even though it's going to be the hardest song to ever get right. And I mean, nothing will ever even come in the same stratosphere as touching his version. Obviously, we did our best, and I'm proud of it. And we had this kind of great weekend where Katie and I rented Airbnb, rehearsed the songs a bunch of times, and then we went in and we did it with Cyrus Jangris, and who plays in my live band, and Meg Duffy and Nick, and recorded those songs. It was great, and it became a benefit for Music Cares,
right? Yeah,
which helps musicians in need, which is a great cause, great organization.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you and Katie play a lot of music together at home?
We do, kind of. I mean, it's funny. I feel like we're always pivoting between, we're both musicians, and because of that, we're showing each other songs, or we're covering songs together, or we're like, okay, we don't want anything to do with music. We want to just be a couple and like watch basketball or something, anything but music. So it's always going back and forth between the two. But yeah, we do a lot of stuff when we join each other on stage, which happens pretty frequently. We like to cover songs then as well. And we've covered Jason Molina. We've covered Dark Don't Hide It. It's probably one of our most covered songs that we do together live.
I mean, as a music fan as well as a songwriter, what is it about Jason's music that initially that spoke to you when you first heard it?
What's funny is that for the longest time, I didn't get it. It's the same thing happened with the Velvet Underground. The first time I heard them, I was like, I don't quite understand this. It's strange. Like there's a strange, it's like mustard. It's like the first time I had mustard, I was like, I don't know. It's kind of sour and weird. Who would want to eat this? I'd rather just have ketchup. 3 weeks later, you find yourself thinking about mustard. It's one of those things. That's how a lot of my favorite bands, I guess, acquired taste is what you could say. The first couple of times I heard Jason Molina, I remember thinking, oh, this just sounds like atypical indie rock or something, or it's too indie, or I don't know what my fucking problem was, really. There was a moment in my life, I was on a European tour, and my tour manager over there, Boss, shout out to Boss, he put on Magnolia Electric Company, and I was like, what is this? And he was like, it's Songs Ohio. And I was like, this is the best thing I've like ever heard. It's like, I think of Jason Molina in specifically that record as Neil Young caliber, as Townes Van Zandt caliber, as someone, I think Townes Van Zandt is such a good comparison because they're two people that I think there's two types of songwriters. And I feel like there's people who can sing about others who can touch the other side. And there's people who can touch the other side. And to be one of those songwriters who can touch the other side is a dangerous thing. I think it takes a certain type of destructive person to be able to dance with death in that way, I think. And in Townes Van Zandt's like that, and I think Jason Molina was similar to that, they can just touch on something that a lot of other songwriters can see that they're touching it, knowing that we're not going to go there or that we can't touch it. I'm willing to go about like 90%, but like, damn, you got there and you brought this thing back from the other side. And now we have this unbelievable record.